Let's get right into it. Number 8. Nobody is coming to save you. You're scrolling through social media right now. You see all these success stories about people getting discovered. Some teenagers who got famous on TikTok overnight. That guy who bought Bitcoin in 2010 and is now living on a private island. That friend from high school who somehow landed their dream job through a random connection. And you're wondering when it's your turn. When that magical moment will happen where someone spots your potential and gives you your big break. Nobody is coming to save you. No talent scout is browsing LinkedIn looking for you specifically. No rich uncle you've never met is secretly writing you into their will. And that perfect mentor who will take you under their wing is probably too busy dealing with their own problems. You're not Snow White waiting in a glass case for Prince Charming. You're more like Batman. If you want something done, you have to do it yourself. Once you accept this truth, something weird happens. You stop waiting and start doing. I know a guy who spent 5 years waiting for the right opportunity to start his business. He had excuses. He needed more experience, more connections, more money. Then his company laid him off during COVID. Suddenly, there was no perfect moment. He either sank or swam. He built a 6-figure business in 18 months, not because he got lucky, but because he finally realized nobody was coming to build it for him. Once you accept this truth, it's actually liberating. You stop wasting energy hoping for rescue and start using it to rescue yourself. Think about all the hours you've spent daydreaming about someone discovering your talent. Now imagine if you spent those hours actually developing that talent instead. Success isn't about waiting for your ship to come in, it's about swimming out to the ship yourself. You're not just the main character in your story, you're also the writer, the director, and the entire production crew. Number 7, your brain isn't your friend. Your brain isn't on your side. It's not trying to make you happy, it's trying to keep you alive. Your brain is like an overprotective parent who never lets you do anything fun because it's too dangerous. Your ancestors survived by being paranoid, not optimistic. Anyone who wasn't anxious enough became lunch for a lion. That's why your brain is constantly scanning for threats. You see someone's vacation photos and your brain says, they're doing better than us. Someone doesn't text back for an hour and your brain screams, they hate us. You replay embarrassing moments from 10 years ago because your brain wants to make sure you never take that social risk again. Your brain tells you that avoiding things will make you feel better. Skip the presentation, cancel the date, avoid the conversation. And sure, you get short-term relief, but long-term, you're teaching your brain that avoidance works. You need to treat your brain like an overprotective parent. Listen to it, but don't let it make every decision. Number 6. The sunk cost graveyard. You're halfway through a terrible Netflix show. You hate it, but you think, I've already watched 5 seasons. That's the sunk cost fallacy, and it ruins lives. It's why people stay in jobs they hate, relationships that died years ago, and degrees they knew weren't right. Sunk costs are like expired food in your fridge. Just because you paid for it doesn't mean you should eat it. The time and money are already gone. Throwing more resources at a mistake doesn't fix it, it just makes it bigger. The hardest part is admitting you were wrong, but the cemetery is full of people who stayed with their mistakes until the end. Number 5. The ghost of inaction. The funny thing about regret is that it's not the embarrassing things you did, it's the things you didn't do. The person you never asked out, the idea you never tried, the opportunity you didn't apply for because you thought you weren't good enough. When you fail, the pain fades, but when you don't act, the story never ends. Your brain keeps replaying perfect versions of what could have been. These ghosts of inaction grow bigger over time, and they're far more painful than real failure ever could be. Number 4. Money buys freedom, not happiness. Money doesn't buy happiness, it buys freedom. It gives you the power to say no to a bad boss, a bad situation, or a life you don't want. Happiness comes from meaning, relationships, and mindset, but it's a lot easier to work on those things when you're not stressed about bills. Money buys peace of mind, and peace of mind gives you room to figure out what actually makes you happy. Number 3, failure is just data. Failure isn't failure, it's data. Every attempt tells you what doesn't work so you can adjust. The most successful people aren't the ones who failed the least. They're the ones who failed the most and kept going. Nobody remembers the rejections, they remember the result. Number 2, action beats anxiety. Anxiety thrives on inaction. The moment you take action, send the email, make the call, show up, anxiety loses its power. Your brain rewards movement and punishes overthinking. The monster in your head is usually just a shadow. Number 1, your parents were just winging it. Your parents didn't have a manual. They were figuring it out as they went, just like you are now. They were imperfect people doing one of the hardest jobs in the world with no training. Understanding this isn't about excusing everything. It's about realizing that nobody really knows what they're doing. One day, you'll be making it up as you go too.